What if one man decided the ocean wasn't for everyone? Not a beach, not an island, but the sea itself. It sounds impossible. But in the early 2000s, a mysterious billionaire claimed ownership over an entire stretch of ocean, tens of thousands of square miles. Not rented, not leased, owned. Legally, financially, and physically. But how, and why? This is the story of the only man who bought his own ocean and the strange truth behind the purchase that changed international waters forever. His name was Jacques Morel, French-born, Swiss-educated, a shipping tycoon with deep ties to old money and old power. He owned dozens of ports, but his ambitions reached far beyond logistics. By the late 90s, he began acquiring obscure maritime rights through shell companies. Quietly, legally, strategically, the world didn't notice until it was too late. Morel's genius wasn't just in money, it was in loopholes. In 1994, he discovered an unclaimed patch of maritime territory off the coast of a collapsing island nation. The country had dissolved, its UN representation gone. But the maritime zone, its exclusive economic waters, remained. He found a legal vacuum. And in international law, vacuums can be filled by those who know how. This stretch of ocean, roughly 40,000 square kilometers, was once under the control of the now-defunct Republic of Minerva, a libertarian microstate in the South Pacific. When the state collapsed, its claims to the water went unchallenged. Morel filed as a private entity, arguing for transfer of stewardship based on environmental investment. Shockingly, a minor UN committee approved it. No country objected. It passed quietly. To legitimize the purchase, Morel created the Ocean Preservation Foundation, a front for what he called eco-sovereignty. He pledged to protect marine life, prevent overfishing, and invest in coral reef restoration. It sounded noble. Investors bought in. NGOs celebrated. But behind the scenes, Morel wasn't just protecting the ocean, he was building something beneath it. Beneath the waves, Morel deployed private underwater infrastructure, data cables, surveillance hubs, modular research pods. He installed sonar fences and acoustic traps to keep unauthorized vessels away. The surface looked untouched. But the seabed was being transformed into a private data haven, a storage vault, and possibly something military-grade. Morel stationed a converted oil rig in the center of the territory. Painted sleek black, it was renamed the Leviathan, not a home, a command post. Armed with radar systems, drone launchers, and underwater docking ports. No flyovers allowed. Any approach was met with encrypted warnings and silent escorts. The ocean was his, and he made sure everyone knew it. Tech insiders whispered that Morel's real goal wasn't the sea, but the cables running beneath it. Owning the seabed meant controlling data routes. And with new satellite relays and AI storage embedded underwater, he was creating something bigger than cloud computing. He was building the world's first private ocean-based internet, out of reach of any nation's jurisdiction. When word finally spread, nations pushed back. Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji filed diplomatic concerns. The UN opened a quiet inquiry. But Morel's legal team responded with a wall of documentation. Every signature, every contract, every clause was airtight. And no country wanted to set the precedent of challenging a guardian of the environment, especially one with billions behind him. One key to Morel's claim was that obscure 1972 maritime treaty, originally meant to protect indigenous islander fishing rights. It had a loophole. If a non-state actor funded conservation efforts for 10+ years, they could apply for stewardship status. Morel found this clause, funded token projects for a decade, and filed just in time 2 days before the clause was repealed. By 2012, signs were posted on digital maps: restricted oceanic zone, entry by approval only. Fishing vessels that drifted too close were intercepted. Some claimed drones circled them. One Japanese trawler reported an unmarked submarine surfacing nearby. But maritime law had no answer. It wasn't a country, it wasn't piracy. It was something new, and completely legal. Then came the banks. Offshore finance moved from tropical islands to the sea itself. Morel licensed private underwater server banks for high-frequency trading and data storage. The ocean became a fiscal ghost town: no taxes, no oversight, no borders, just encrypted depth and silence. Billionaires didn't visit, but their money did. In 2015, a freelance diver named Lucas Pennington vanished while investigating undersea activity near Morel's territory. His last recorded message: "There's something huge down here." His camera feed was corrupted. His body never found. Only a melted oxygen tank was recovered. Local authorities dropped the case after a quiet meeting with foreign officials. In 2017, the Leviathan suddenly shut down all signals. For 6 months, no radar, no transmission, no contact. Satellite images showed strange shadows moving near the ocean floor. When it came back online, its design had changed: more armor, new structures, deeper foundations. No explanation was given. Some say it wasn't Morel who returned but something else. Insiders leaked a single line from Morel's internal briefings: "The ocean must learn to defend itself." It raised terrifying theories. Had he installed autonomous defense AIs, deep learning systems trained to react to threats? If true, Morel's ocean wasn't just private, it was becoming intelligent. It wouldn't just deny entry, it would outthink intruders. In 2020, Morel quietly sold his terrestrial holdings. Factories, ports, tech campuses all liquidated. His yacht disappeared from public tracking. Rumors swirled that he'd moved permanently to the Leviathan. Some believe he no longer walks on land. He lives, breathes, and rules from the sea, an aquatic sovereign with no flag, no borders, and no accountability. In 2021, a secret UN task force attempted to approach Morel's waters using a disguised research vessel. The mission ended in failure. All sensors shut down. Communication lost for 7 hours. When the ship returned, half the crew had resigned. Their official report was classified. One leaked sentence: "We were not alone down there." Experts debate the legality of it all. Can a man own the sea? International law says no, but enforcement is tricky when no government will risk a diplomatic war. Morel's ocean sits in legal purgatory. Not recognized, not denied, not stopped. And that may be the most dangerous place a claim can live. After Morel, others tried to replicate the model. Russian oligarchs, crypto barons, AI firms. But none succeeded. Either their legal claims were blocked, or their infrastructure collapsed under cost. Morel's timing, strategy, and ruthlessness made his ocean unrepeatable. He wasn't the first to try. He's just the only one who succeeded. Recently, seismic activity was detected beneath Morel's region, but not from nature. Experts believe he's excavating a trench system or building undersea tunnels. For what purpose, no one knows. But if he's creating a base below the ocean floor, he may not just own the sea, he may be disappearing beneath it forever. The world has countries, corporations, and kingdoms. But Morel created something new, a sovereign oceanic presence. No passport, no population, just one man, one law, one purpose. He doesn't just own water, he controls what moves through it, what sinks in it, and what never comes back up. A nation of one hidden in plain sight. In 2024, a buoy washed up on an Australian beach. It bore Morel's crest. Inside, a single flash drive containing one file, a 12-second video of dark waves and a mechanical voice whispering. The surface is obsolete. No source. No trace. Since then, Morel has gone silent. But the ocean remains, watching, listening, and possibly waiting. So, did Jacques Morel really buy an ocean, or did he build something deeper? Is this the future of power, not land but water? Not money, but silence? Let us know your theories in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories that dive beneath the surface of global power. Until next time, stay curious and stay aware. The sea is deeper than you think.